taking directions from mummified fairy feet. Are we sure this wasn't written during a bad acid trip? Because I've read fan fiction less weird than this.
For heaven's sake, context. It's Emily Wilde's map of the Otherlands by Heather Fawcett, a supposedly academic exploration of fae folklore presented as a diary in...
Supposedly academic. It's about a stuffy lady professor falling for a magical prince who's basically Tinkerbell's extremely high-maintenance, exiled cousin obsessed with doilies. And people are calling this cozy. Did the definition change? Does cozy now involve, and I quote a reviewer here, mayhem and mischief and severed limbs? Oh my!
That is precisely the dichotomy we're exploring today on Heartbook Radio. The jarring juxtaposition of the cozy fantasy marketing label against the narrative's darker, folkloric elements. Fawcett is clearly playing with reader expectations.
Playing with reader expectations. She's playing Jenga with body parts. This isn't some gentle hobbit story. This is like if Miss Marple solved crimes committed by cannibal foxes, while her flamboyant roommate complained about the thread count of the prison sheets. And don't even get me started on your defense of the old man and the sea last month. That was actual torture.
We are not relitigating Hemingway's allegorical brilliance. We are discussing Emily Wilde, the protagonist, a Cambridge professor, admittedly prickly and socially challenged.
Challenged. She's got the social graces of a startled badger. Reviewers literally said they wanted to scream at her for her crazy decisions. She drags her niece into mortal peril. She's blunt to the point of needing a warning label. I bet she corrects people's grammar while they're bleeding out. Total academic nightmare fuel. My neighbor Carol is less awkward and she talks to squirrels.
Perhaps her academic focus makes her relatable to certain readers. Her dedication to research, even in the face of danger.
Danger she causes. But okay, fine, let's talk about Mr. Sparkle Dandy Wendell Bambleby, exiled fairy king, described as, get this, lazy as shrimp, a conceited dandy, obsessed with tidying and interior design. While assassins sent by his psycho mother are trying to kill him.
He represents a certain archetype, the charming rogue, a trickster figure common in folklore. His flamboyance masks a deeper potential.
Potential for what? Roof holstering the enemy's dungeon. He's proposed to Emily. Can you imagine their life? Dearest, did you vanquish the Gloomfang horror? Yes, darling, but more importantly, did you remember to fluff the throw pillows? And you simply must see the shade of puce I'm considering for the torture chamber curtains. People adore this guy. They live for his theatrics. Is it Stockholm Syndrome? Are readers okay?
His charm is apparently effective, though I can see the description honor bloodthirsty barbarian, lurking beneath the dandyism is intriguing.
Duality. It's called being a menace. Would you date him? Honestly. A guy who might alphabetize your spice rack 1 minute, and then, I don't know, rip someone's heart out the next because they scuffed his boots.
That's a ridiculous oversimplification and entirely hypothetical. Moving on to the actual literary merit.
Literary merit. People admit they only care about the dog, Shadow the dog, and the romance. We got an email, well, okay, I imagined an email saying, Dear hosts, I am truly only invested in Wendell and Emily's relationship and Shadow the dog. Therefore the plot does and needs to do nothing for me. Is that okay? Can you just ignore 80% of a book for the smooching and the puppy?
While I wouldn't endorse such a superficial reading, the emotional core clearly resonates. Fawcett uses footnotes, diary entries. It's an interesting structural choice, lending authenticity to Emily's academic voice, even if the pacing sometimes meanders. Some found it slow until the halfway mark.
Meanders. It's got assassins invading Cambridge. Poisonings, cannibal foxes named Snowbell described as precious. And let's not forget the severed limbs and ripped off hearts reviewers keep mentioning like it's just Tuesday. How is this cozy? What is the line? Is it cozy until the third dismemberment?
The argument is that the tone remains cozy. The focus on relationship setting, the low personal stakes for Emily initially contrasted with the high stakes for a world bleeding in. It's like Bridget Jones's Diary meets Pan's Labyrinth.
Written by the most annoying professor you ever had, or Indiana Jones. If Indy was terrified of small talk and her sidekick was a magical liberus demanding better hotel amenities during a snake attack, okay? Hypothetical, if Wendell Bambleby were a sandwich, what kind would he be?
That's utterly nonsensical. How can a character be a...
He'd be a cucumber sandwich on artisanal brioche crusts meticulously cut off, with a hidden layer of ghost pepper jam and edible glitter. Looks fancy, probably useless in a crisis, but might surprisingly burn you. See, it makes perfect sense. Unlike calling this book cozy, I read a review 5 stars that just said, Wendell, that's it. That's the review.
The reader response is certainly fervent, though some valid criticisms exist regarding pacing and Emily's occasional obtuseness.
Occasional, it's her brand. Okay, rating time. Don't you dare give it points for footnote formatting.
Fine. For its audacious blend of academic minutiae and folkloric, my reservations about the protagonist's social ineptitude, I award it 3 out of 5 mummified navigational appendages.
Weak. I give Emily Wilde's map of the Otherlands 6 out of 7 homicidal furry pets. It's completely bonkers. Half the time I wanted to throw it across the room. Emily is infuriating, Wendell is ridiculous, but I kind of want to know what happens next. It's like watching a posh train wreck in fairyland. Utterly baffling, strangely compelling.
A ringing endorsement, as always.
You bet you. Join us next week, folks, when we tackle the underground self-published sensation, Kevin the Sentient Toaster Oven bakes his way to freedom. Sounds crispy.
Until then, this has been Heart Book Radio. Try to read something sensible.